I wanted to dig into a couple things that are very relevant news-wise right now. Elon's pay package and what this means for Tesla and Tesla earnings as a whole. This is a position which it seems like you're very passionate about. You posted the video of driving up to Boston. For me, it's my largest single stock position. So I just wanted to get your read right now on where Tesla is as a company.
Well, I think Elon deserves to get paid. I think it's kind of crazy that people would think that if the guy 10x's the stock, that he doesn't deserve to get paid. So I'm happy that he got a majority of the vote. I think Tesla is the best physical embodiment of AI. Robotics, FSD. I mean, there is just more and more and more verticals that you can actually see a clear path to monetization. The multiple you're paying is aggressive for Tesla. That's always been the case. But I do think having exposure to Tesla over the next 10 years would be very, very important. And now Elon's very motivated to become the world's first trillionaire. So yeah. I don't know. There's plenty of bear cases for Tesla, but time and time again, it is one of the most high quality companies on the market. They're not growing because the earnings have been bad over the past couple of years. But I think if that changes over the next 1 or 2 years, especially with Optimus, I think the future is very, very bright for Tesla.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. Rapid firing through a few others here. Something that you talk about a lot on the timeline and you post about pretty often is crypto, specifically Bitcoin. Yeah. And I'm just curious, general thoughts on Bitcoin, exposure, pieces like that.
Don't have a ton of exposure. I use Robinhood kind of as my main exposure to Bitcoin. I do like the idea of protecting against currency debasement. I think that's really important. The infinite money printing from the US federal government likely means, and global governments likely mean that you're going to need some type of hedge. So yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I used to not like it 3-4 years ago, kind of got orange pilled over the past couple of years, even though I don't actively buy it. But I do think it's a very important asset class, and it's not going to go away like some of the bears think. I think it will be around for a very long time.
The debasement trade is very real. Any interest in gold or lean more towards Bitcoin there?
I would buy Bitcoin over gold any day of the week.
Got it. Okay. Very nice. All right. So we've hit on really Palantir a little bit. They had recent earnings, which were really good earnings. The numbers just seem to continue to get better and better. The partnerships are amazing that they continue to establish. AI is becoming more deeper and embedded into everything that we do. At this point, you talked about, hey, like this is a once in a lifetime. When you say that, does that mean like, hey, I also am thinking that we're still early in the game here as to what could be accomplished by a company like Palantir?
Yeah, I think we are so early. They are growing at a rate that is just incredible. Karp said it today on CNBC that they are putting up startup level growth with margins that a startup would never see in the public markets. I mean, when you're growing 50 or 60% top line with 50% adjusted operating margins, it's kind of ridiculous. And it's like, if they can just continue that, then I think this is going to be a very fun story. A lot is baked into the stock price, obviously, with the multiple that it has. But I think the reason that's baked into the price is because you're seeing a company execute at a level that we've never seen before. So, yeah, I mean, I continue to hold Palantir. I bought more at 172 a couple weeks ago. I haven't bought in this recent little dip back down to 170, but I was buying at $8. I'm buying at 170. I hope to be buying much higher than this eventually as the company continues to grow. I just think if they can keep this up for the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be a $1 trillion company. I don't know when, but I do think that's very possible.
Yeah, it's exciting. General question, and then Evan, I'll see if you have any others here, and then we can move to wrap up. Across the companies that you have in the portfolios, what is your methodology for searching for what could be seen as a red flag? Like what would cause you to say, hey, I need to rethink these types of positions? Because obviously you're very entrenched within them, but are you constantly looking for something that could be a red flag? Or is there a process, some type of search trigger that says, hey, like I need to rethink this?
I think management doing things that I don't like to see, and that could be as simple as like very excessive stock-based compensation without being able to reduce the earnings, the shares outstanding via some form of buybacks, right? Like there's a variety of different financial metrics that you can see that could be a red flag. Obviously earnings and like the fundamentals, like, hey, if there's a trend in a couple quarters where something continues to go down, that's not going the right way. So yeah, I would say it's quarter by quarter. You take something very specific, but realistically it's about, is management doing something where you feel not safe with your money in management hands? And it's not as simple as insider selling, right? It's has something to do more deeper than that. And you've seen it with some of these smaller companies where excessive dilution, at the money offerings, unpriced warrants, like a lot of that stuff tends to be red flag.
For sure, for sure. Evan, any other thoughts or questions you want to go over?
I would like to ask one or two of my own version of rapid fire questions.
Sure.
First one, a little bit different, more on the channel side of it, but I kind of believe the finance media landscape is a couple years behind the sports media landscape. And what kind of happened? The Pat McAfee's of the world, the Bustin' with the Boys, the biggest streamers, the biggest YouTubers, they ended up getting signed to ESPN, the mainstream channel.
Yeah.
Do you think, would you want to be a CNBC host one day? Or is that something that you are very excited about, staying your own mainstream media thing? Or do you think going into it and building and turning CNBC into more what it should be is something that would excite you?
No, I'd rather stay independent. I just feel like those organizations are so bureaucratic and corporate that it's hard to change them. Number two is just like, it's not as fun. Like, I get to say whatever I want on my stream. Pat McAfee cannot say whatever he wants.
Did you see the McAfee thing that happened with the Brett Favre stuff, where he was like kind of like smack talking Brett Favre for all the stuff that was going down? So they sued him. So now on the McAfee show, there's a little banner that says "This is a comedy show" that runs on the bottom, so that they can't get sued because it's a comedy show.
See, I heard about some controversy with him, but I didn't hear about that one in particular. That's my point. It's like Disney's a public stock, so when Pat McAfee or Stephen A. Smith say something, it affects shareholders. With me, YouTube is an independent platform, so it's just like AK Media Hospital takeover. But no, I like being independent. I like doing my own thing. So
I've seen you doing more interviews. Do you have any dream interviews? Anyone that you really want to get on for a talk?
Dream interviews. Jensen's up there and Elon's up there. I would say those two. Yeah.
Do you have, I guess, obviously like those people are awesome. Do you have other connections at the companies that you talk to that you kind of like bounce off of? If like, I know like, for example, Sawyer obviously like has a lot of people at Tesla that he'll just like run ideas by and talk with them and get insights. Evan, obviously all the NVIDIA connects, him and all them, they're just best buds. So I'm just curious, like if you like chat with other people at the companies.
You mean chat with like the employees at the companies?
Yeah. Like people who are like on social media.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to a few of them here and there, the Robinhood guys, the Palantir guys. I mean, like usually when you become a bigger part of the company's outwardly appearance, you start consulting with, or not consulting, but you start like talking to a lot more of their employees that are out there. So yeah, I've talked to them, and a lot of them are super appreciative for the content that you put out there, but a lot of them are also just real people. Like, I've gone to a bar with a couple of Palantir employees and we talk about life. We're not talking about ontology or data or anything. Like, or just, one guy just bought a new house and he married his girlfriend. It's like, you're talking about life. So they're real people.
Talking about life over some well-done steaks. I love it.
Exactly. Medium well.
Medium well. Medium well.
Wow. I feel like we're changing a little bit.
He's moving towards it. Is Trump an interview that you'd want to do?
Is Trump an interview that I'd want to do? Yeah, of course. That'd be cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a good one. You talking to him specifically about the stock market.
Yeah, that would definitely be fun. I definitely think that'd be a good time.
Evan, sorry to interrupt your rapid fire, please.
No, honestly, that's good for me. What movie should I watch this weekend? And then then I'm done there. Any good movie recs?
There's a movie called High School Musical that I really do think is just a phenomenal movie. And I truly do think, Evan, if you take the time to watch it, have you seen it yet or no?
Of course, we're all in this together.
Okay,
so I have not seen it, and at this point, I don't see it out of principle. So that every time that I say I've not seen it, my fiance can go, "What?" and she freaks out. So I just can't see it at this point.
Yeah, I think High School Musical is the one you got to watch. That's my recommendation.